Should junk food be banned in schools? So, let's get this started with. Now, I'm a pretty big junk food junkie, and I love food myself. In fact, when I have to go to after school classes, there's like a 10-minute hiatus in between those classes, so I rush home, get some junk food, whether that is chicken, like chicken legs, fried chicken legs, it was so tasty, or some chocolate, potato chips, etc., etc. I never drink soft drinks, so the only soft drink I've ever drunk is Fanta, mainly because it just tastes like orange juice. I kind of miss Fanta. But in the end, though, junk food, this has been a pretty big topic. In fact, US presidents have debated about this topic as well, too. As a result, we're going to need to go ahead and get this debate much farther. Oh, and I'm not a big fan of jelly beans, and I used to love Haribo gummy bears, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of them nowadays. Let's get this started with. Now, junk food. Child obesity. Now, of course, junk food and child obesity have to always be linked. You can't end or even start a debate without at least mentioning obesity once. So, childhood obesity. It is a public health problem, and banning junk food could help these children eat healthier. And when you're helping those children to go ahead and eat healthier, you're going ahead and making sure that they're doing lots of things that they are supposed to be doing. Banning all that junk food goes ahead and introduces students to all those healthier foods options. That is always such a good idea. Banning junk food could help all these children eat healthier, and if they start eating healthier, their bodies start being healthier. That's kind of one of the reasons that we're doing this, remember? And now for the first point of the negative thing here. The government shouldn't decide what kids eat when they are at school. If the government decides what kids eat when they are at school, well then they should go ahead and tell themselves that we are the government, we can do whatever we want here. Obviously that is not true. And now for the second point of this debate. Alright, banning junk food will introduce all these students to healthier food options, and when they're going ahead and introduce the healthier food options, they will be going ahead, become more able-bodied, more strong, and more fast and more speedy people too, both mentally and physically. And now for the second point of the cons theme is that taking away student food choices keeps them from learning how to make those healthy choices for themselves. When they go ahead and do all that, well, they go ahead and they're prevented from learning how to do all those healthy things. And do you know what is the healthiest food that is among all these foods? It's this. It's a cheese sandwich. Oh, sorry, it's a cheese and ham sandwich. At least that's healthier than Coca-Cola, whatever this is. I think it's Cheetos, Ritz crackers, chocolate waffle, and are those jelly beans? Yeah, you should at least eat this first. It's the healthiest option here, even though it isn't that healthy by itself. It has no lettuce. Then again, I'm not a big fan of lettuces anyway. And now for our third point of the pros theme, is that eating too much junk food can go ahead and cause all these students to go ahead and perform poorly in their classes. And when students are performing poorly in their classes, well, grades drop, school's average grade drops, and school really wants to either do these two things. Ban whatever they like, I'm literally saying that, whatever they like, or just expel them. They only expel them if they go too low. And now for the third point of the negative theme is that banning junk food in schools doesn't really make a difference. And if it did make a difference, well, there is no correlation between banning junk food and lower obesity rates. At least, I'm pretty sure that's because the Americans go ahead and eat like McDonald's 3 times a week. Kids doing that, nah, they're gonna die early. Honestly, so people like me who eat a lot of salt have a higher chance of dying of, well, a heart attack or cholesterol levels rather than something like diabetes. I have a higher chance of getting that than diabetes, but at least that's a good thing because diabetes, it's bad, but then again, cholesterol and heart attack, that's arguably a little more worse. At least for diabetes, all you have to do is get some medication, sleep, and probably cut yourself to get some blood for a while, or drink a lot of water. And now for the fourth point of the cons of the pros team is that, hey, you know what? This would lead to healthier and more able-bodied students. When you get more healthier and able-bodied students, you get an increase and you get an upgrade in your school's average grade. And that's always a good thing, isn't it? Fourth and final point of the cons team is that this would lead to more restrictions on other rules. If food is first, the next could be say recess. Yeah, recess could be banned. Wow, that would be not so much. Except I'm pretty sure there will be a loophole system where they call this is not recess, this is something else. I just really hope this loophole works. But in the end, that's how it all ends up being. Should junk food be banned in schools? I don't know. That's for you to decide. But as long as I'm a kid, I will always say no, no, no. I hope to see you guys soon. Until next time, Shona, peace. Bye bye.